Coffee doesn't have to just go in your mug. It can also go in your food, and we are looking for a recipe that used coffee, and we found a cafe in Columbia City that uses it in a sandwich. And here to show us their coffee crusted stripped steak sandwich is Anthony Polizzi from Taproot Cafe and Bar. Thank you for being with us, my friends.
Thanks, Amity. I appreciate you guys having us.
I love a coffee rub, and it just seems perfect. So this one uses coffee and steak.
Yeah, I could actually think of no better way to really celebrate National Coffee Day than to definitely come on here and showcase this coffee crusted strip steak sandwich, because it's something that really, got us through the pandemic, and it's a really signature dish of ours. We don't really have a lot of time, but I definitely need to get these steaks going.
All right, yes, sir. I am your sous chef. You tell me. So we're going to make the rub first.
Yes, ma'am. So we're going to start by taking the Cafe Vita decaf coffee right here.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay.
And then we're going to take all of these other components. So the little ground coriander, the fennel seed, this is Hungarian paprika.
Paprika.
You're gonna have the dried sage, some black peppercorn.
Okay, so pepper.
This is a little bit of thyme right here.
Thyme.
Coriander, fennel seed, which I think the fennel seed really brings the life to the party.
I love fennel seed.
It's quite delicious, quite delicious.
And sage.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this, you actually bring up a very good point, which is this is kind of a lot of coffee rub, and if you see our recipe at the bottom of the scroll later, what you'll come to find is that you're actually going to be able to use this for a couple of other applications.
Okay, so you're making it here, but you can keep using this.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
As long as you store it in a cool, dark place, airtight lid, you can use it for stuff like braising short ribs. You could use it for stuff like pork chops that you're going to throw on the grill. You could use it for things like really.
Could you ever use coffee grounds, like coffee that had already been?
What do you mean?
Like, after I'm done with my coffee.
Reuse. I personally, I prefer to just use it to throw it in the compost. But hey, to each his own.
No, I mean, you're the chef, so all right.
Thank you. Well, let's just jump right to the next part too, because we're gonna put a lot of these other components together.
So we're gonna make the aioli now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You're gonna take a little bit of mayonnaise.
All of
cup.
this?
Yes.
All of this. I love mayo.
It's pretty
Rebecca,
delicious.
did you want to see this? Our producer in the booth.
In all fairness, I know it looks like a lot here too, but what I'm coming to find is that we're probably going to be making a couple of sandwiches for you guys and the crew before I get out of here.
We won't kick you out for that.
I kind of figured that
we
grease
eat
the
very
wheels.
well.
Grease the wheels a little bit over here.
Oh, we eat very well on New Day Northwest. Okay,
right, so
all this garlic?
Yeah, all the garlic and all the Old Bay.
So this is about a tablespoon and a half, and then Old Bay seasoning.
Pepper as well.
Okay. Not everyone loves Old Bay.
No, it's actually got a little bit of depth to it. It actually rounds the sandwich out quite well. What I've come to find too is that you can use the Old Bay aioli for different things. Okay. So if you really wanted to, you could use it for base for a dressing. If you wanted to go ahead and use it for, I don't know, dipping crab claws, dipping shrimp, your shrimp cocktail, your fish and chips, whatever. You got a lot of depth and a lot of different things that you can do with it. So a lot of these little variations of the ingredients, or a lot of these different components, you'll come to find you can use in a lot of different capacities.
I got it. That smells amazing, by the way.
I appreciate that. I think that's that fennel seed with the coriander. Let's move on to making our relish real quick.
Copy that.
As you can see, this is a really quick recipe to put together. Super simple, super straightforward. What we're going to do with the relish here, we have pickled peppers. We have some some cherry tomatoes, some red onions, some smoked paprika, sherry vinegar, a little bit of the pickle brine, some blended oil, and some thyme. Okay. And then we're just going to throw it all in the bowl and whisk it right up.
Okay. And if you didn't want to necessarily add the tomatoes, you have to. We will.
You can do without it. And actually, these pickled peppers are peppadews, and they're actually pretty hard to find in your local grocery store and local market.
You can find them in an Italian market, can't you?
You can. If you want to go down to Di Laurenti's, you can get them. But you can also find them in, PCC, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really hard to find the retail size, but you could use Mama Lil's peppers. You could use any of the Giardina peppers that they see in those Italian markets and whatnot.
This is kind of a blend of seasonings here?
Yeah, it's Italian seasoning with a little bit of chili flake. We use this for stuff like our bourbon butter shrimp at the store, our pasta dishes, our eggplant parmesan.
I love that.
Different variations. A little bit of some diced red onion. And then we're essentially going to make a smoked paprika vinaigrette here. We're going to put our smoked paprika in the bowl.
In the bowl?
in the bowl. And the amount of smoked paprika seems like a lot, but it actually comes in handy because it actually kind of helps to round out the dressing itself, gives it a little bit more texture, a little bit more flavor profile,
So
but also
put
gives it some viscosity as well.
Yeah.
Pickle brine, sherry vinegar, a little
pickle.
bit of olive oil.
Okay.
Super straightforward. And we're going to try to take these steaks right to medium rare.
Okay.
Okay, so we're really looking for about 130 to 145 degrees, 135 to 145 degrees. I like to use the finger test. You know, you hold the finger up here, and if you get right about here, you can tell that it's the depth and the temperature of your
show
steak.
me again.
Okay, here.
I need a visual. I'm sorry.
look,
I'm a visual learner.
You're a visual learner.
Yes,
So
okay.
apparently if you take your finger and you hold it like this, right?
Okay.
And then you hold it like, you put your finger here,
Yeah.
you can tell the steak is going to be rare. If you hold the steak like this, or you hold your fingers like this, if you hold the steak like this, you got big problems. If you hold your fingers like this and you put your finger like this, the muscle in your finger basically indicates that it's going to be medium rare. This is a little bit more medium. Now you see how it's starting to firm up,
Is that
right?
well?
Yeah, this is as well done as you can get it.
How crazy is that?
It's a small world. What can I tell you?
Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. We only have about a minute
Yeah.
left, but I am so
All right.
glad that
So
you taught
our
me that.
steaks are pretty much where we need to be.
Okay.
Yep, I think about another 30 seconds. We're going to quick assemble some of these sandwiches right here.
I don't think we're gonna have time to make your cocktail now,
Nah,
which I'm
that's a bummer.
disappointed in.
Well,
but
it's
you
a
know
wa-
what? We're gonna do it on social media, on the interwebs, and so you guys can find us on Facebook, New Day Northwest, and on the Instagram too. So
Yeah,
you can see this amazing.
It's called the White Rabbit. So
It's the White
Taproot
Rabbit.
Cafe and Bar, we're an all-day cafe and cocktail bar. Basically, we do our sandwiches, but we also have a lot of signature cocktails in craft style.
Okay.
This one's the White Rabbit. If you want, I can actually whip it up real fast. It doesn't take very long. Would you rather me assemble a sandwich, or what do you
Rather
think?
you finish the sandwich
sandwich?
because we're about
Yes,
out of
ma'am.
time. And while you finish the sandwich, I think I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah, do it up.
Give me a lot of luck here because it's not easy to eat a steak sandwich.
It is a pretty messy sandwich.
But I am here for it. Oh my gosh, that's avocado in there.
Yeah, we got a little bit of toasted bread right here. We got a little bit of our Old Bay aioli. We're gonna throw some arugula on this guy.
Oh my gosh,
A little bit of avocado.
all those flavors.
And the Old Bay doesn't really overpower it, right?
No, it's like coffee, but I got a little bit of Maryland East Coast in there too.
Gives it a little bit of depth.
Oh my
gives it a little
gosh.
bit of fun. This is New York strip steak, so it's got a little fat to it. So those pickled peppers really help to round it all
They
out.
really do, and that's arugula, just FYI. All right. Well, if you would like to try this recipe for yourself, we've got it posted on our website. You can just text the word recipe to 206-448-4545, and we will send you a link right to your phone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you having us.
Absolutely. You'll come back soon.
I look forward to it.
Make more.